I built Splatoon 3 and Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it was insane. With Splatoon 3 being announced an eternity ago and only 2 trailers being released, I'm sad. So I decided to make some Splatoon 3 hype myself. But first, I need a little inspiration. Which one should we do? Oh. So once I took some screenshots, it was time to start building. After carving out 3 acres of land, or rather filling in 3 acres, I could create a model to put into Animal Crossing. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, here is the Happy Island Designer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretty much take an island meme and we're gonna model the game into Animal Crossing. We're just gonna choose a blank meme because it doesn't really matter. And boom, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, with the power of editing. Now we can take our rough model of the map in Island Designer and put it into the game. Now that we have our model, we can put it in the game. It's going to be somewhat of a rough draft. If we need to change it a little bit later, hopefully it's going to be big enough, and then all I'm going to do is just mirror both sides. So I just got a lot of the outline going here. Let's climb up here, just get a little bit of a better view. I'm going to start probably getting some objects from like Nookazon and stuff and making this a lot better. Now it does look kind of bland, but we can just grab custom flooring that matches the color from the game. And then even later we can add ink to make it seem as if a real match is actually being played. What I'm going to do is get colors that are pretty much similar to the ones in game. Then I'm going to get colors in the custom flooring app and then put those down in different sections. Some of the areas are elevated, so that's why they're different colors. I'm also going to put all the textures under each object, so the pattern is just seamless and looks like the real floor. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is like the first layer I pretty much have here. Color. It's just like the same texture from the map. I just got some easy custom patterns of just colors, different gray tones, and then I kind of just put them in. And if you've ever played Splatoon before, you've probably noticed there are a bunch of tiny furniture items around each map. So we need to go to Nookazon, the internet's best and worst place to acquire items, to take our build to the next level. Alright, so now that we've got our rough draft of an island, now I need to get some stoof because I am made of money in Animal Crossing, but does not mean I have things. Which pretty much is Nookazon is your answer, other than like, I don't know, Discord. Ironic, there's Discord right there. But it kind of is sketchy if you go to either one. Nookazon's alright. I mean, like, you can look at all like the meme listings here. Like, people just like deny you, bro. And I'm like giving them like decent stuff because like I don't need to save bells. Like I got duped items I can sell, you know. So like I don't really need to. And people are just like, yeah, nah, dude, I want all the bells. See, look at this, dude. Is that absurd or what? It's a freaking building and they're costing 1 bajillion bells. Also, for a sec, can we just talk about how this is priced at 50,000? Like, dude, it costs like 1,000 on the freaking website. Like, what are people doing here, man? But the hardest part is going to be making an underpass that we can actually walk under in the game. I mean, look at this. It seems unintuitive, but I tried many different items and layer combinations, and the best thing that I could get was these floating blocks from the mobile update. Alright, so this is like the initial design idea I kind of had for the bridge, because this is like the main problem before I was like, oh, do I just have like something that's like on the 3rd layer going across? But I was like, that's kind of stupid. Like, it's got to be like a bridge. So I was like, oh yeah, floating items. Like, that's actually a probably good idea. I won't be able to walk on it. It's kind of annoying because like when you put them down, you can't. Yeah, mashing it. You can't move them. You can only pick them up and place them down, which is kind of annoying. So another thing I was thinking of doing is using thwomps. Problem is, like, I could do that. It looks fine. See, it lines up pretty well if I'm being honest, but I can't walk under like the floating blocks, you know? Now, my favorite part is adding the custom flooring on the bottom layer to seem as if a real match is actually being played. At one point, I forgot to put these under the floating blocks, so I had a giant section that was unpainted. So I actually had to rip all of them back up and then put paint down and then put the floating block back on, which is a weird mechanic, but it is actually a thing. Now I did have to expand these bridges out right here. It's like where it goes up is it needs more land. I don't really know why. It's kind of a jank mechanic, as we kind of talked about earlier, so I had to just expand it a little bit. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final product after everything we've gone through. And there you have it. We just made Splatoon 3 and Animal Crossing New Horizons. I mean, this was insane. Make sure to subscribe, it helps me out in the best way possible, and if you want another map, comment down below which one you think I should do.